10 TV News at 5 starts with breaking news tonight. The Ohio Attorney General's office just sent us a 37-count indictment against Shantae Harden, a man 10 investigators reported stored bodies in a building in Columbus. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Yolanda Harris.
And I'm Andrew Kinsey. We just got our hands on a list of this indictment. Harden has told 10 investigators that he has done nothing wrong, but the charges he's now facing includes operating an unlicensed funeral home, identity fraud, abuse of a corpse, theft, and failure to refrigerate a body. BCI told us last month that this has been an ongoing investigation, and now we know this indictment is out of Lucas County. Tonight, 10 TV's Kevin Landers talks to a former client who says criminal charges are justified.
Heather Al-Husani wishes she could wipe away the memories of Shantae Harden like the grass clippings on her mother's headstone at this cemetery just outside of Akron.
We want him to pay for his actions for what he did to our family as well as other families.
It all started when her 70-year-old mother, Barbara Davis Patel, died in 2019 of colon cancer. That's when Al-Husani says a friend referred her to Shantae Harden, who she was told could provide a low-cost funeral.
They said he's a cool guy. I trusted him.
Trusted him, she said, because she thought he was a funeral director.
But I thought he was at the time. Otherwise, I probably would have looked elsewhere. Because if someone's saying they do funerals, wouldn't you think, okay, they're a funeral director?
The Ohio Embalmers and Funeral Directors Board says Harden has never been licensed and the board has no jurisdiction over him. The family provided us with receipts that show Harden agreed to take care of all their funeral arrangements from the plot to the headstone. But that's not what happened.
He's a liar.
Al-Husani found out from police that Harden never paid for her mom's funeral plot. A felony warrant was issued that forced him to pay it, which he did. But her $450 headstone never came.
First he said he ordered the headstone from somewhere in California. Okay, we called California. The detective called California. They had no order.
So she called Harden again.
And then he said Youngstown. We called Youngstown. Nobody had no order under this name.
In an exclusive interview with Harden at the end of last month, after police discovered 2 dead bodies in this building in Columbus, we asked if he'd settled the case with the Al-Husani family.
I have talked to that family there about their headstone and about everything else they were supposed to get.
Did you make it right?
It's been made right, absolutely.
The family says when their mother died at the hospital, she was picked up and brought here to the Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church, where Shantae Harden is the senior pastor. The family tells us that they couldn't afford to embalm her, so instead, she was left here at this church for several days until the funeral.
And he had no refrigeration. He kept her body somewhere in the church.
By law, a body must be embalmed or refrigerated within 48 hours. As for Heather Al-Husani, who says she was just looking for an affordable funeral, now she's questioning everything about that day.
Is her body actually in the vault? Because he didn't even bury her that day. He took her back to his church.
She's speaking out, she says, as a warning to others.
And I don't recommend anyone to use his services for a funeral, even if you're struggling.
Kevin Landers, 10 TV News.